I would just guide you guys in terms of how to structure out a long trade, and on possibly some of these Chinese stocks. And maybe today I will just choose JD. And of course today JD is going up by about $1. Yeah, but of course once the market opens, relook at the position whether you can actually still try to work out whether such kind of trades is actually workable. Okay, of course from the lows to tops is already here. Then of course once it actually starts to reach this level, which is about say $70, right? $70, it may again face some resistance. Yeah, but of course $70 still from now is actually still another $10. This is 70, 68. Yeah, so here to here is probably another $7 to $8. So of course there is still some potential before it starts to reach some headwinds here. Yeah. But of course, because it has already rallied from here to here by about $30, right? $30, which is almost 100%. Yeah, which is almost 100%. Right? Then of course, the downside risk, you will still have some kind of risk that on the downside where it might actually retrace back to the 50s level. And of course, you need to actually see how to manage that kind of risk. And of course, with options, right, we can actually use advantage of options to actually mitigate a potential move on the opposite side of where we actually intend or want it to go. We can actually mitigate or reduce the so-called price movement by using certain option structure to protect it. But of course, the other downside on using when you actually want to protect positions means that you would actually take on higher risk. There is no free lunch, right? There's no free lunch in trading or in options. When you actually want to fix your risk, then of course you enter into a defined trade. But sometimes when you actually want to protect your risk, then you actually either take on more risk or take less profits. So that is basically the thing which you guys have to actually understand when trading options. Yeah, when trading options. If we go to JD, if you look at JD, right, here current JD. This is JD. Current price is about $59 today. Pre-market is about $60. Is up about $1. Yeah. So don't immediately jump into trades. Let it cool down a bit. Because $1 increase is actually quite a lot. Let it cool down a bit because we're actually entering into a long position. We do not also want to actually pay too much for it. Yeah. Liquidity. You can see liquidity. So on the right side, you can actually see the info. You can look at the chart. Then you can see liquidity is actually quite high. 3 stars. And the IV is actually 68%, which is quite high. Of course, it's high because for 1 month, 1.5 months or 2 months, it has actually increased by almost 100%. So that's why the IV is 68%. Yeah. So that's what the indicator is, right? The change in the price, right? And IV rank is 36, which is also quite high. And of course, this kind of high IVs is also good to do credit trades. Yeah. Which also forms a part of our strategy today. Okay. So I have 5 more minutes. Okay. Let's jump into the trade. Okay. So if you look at this, these are the expiry dates. And then like I said, because we wanted to actually give more time for the trade to mature, right? To mature and to also take less risk on the decay, the slower decay. Then we actually need to increase the length, because the shorter the time expiry date, right, the faster the option price will decay, because we are actually going to buy a call. And of course, when you buy a call, time works against us if the price don't move immediately to the direction which we want, which is for the price to actually go up. Yeah. And to mitigate that, you need to actually take a longer timeline. But of course, the downside is the longer timeline you take, the higher price you should need to pay. For example, March is 101 days, right? For a 60 call, which is like the money, you need to pay $785. Yeah, you need to pay $785. Yeah, $785. And of course, if you look at just doing a 30 days, you only need to pay $440. So $440, you are paying an extra about $3 to buy another 60 days of time. Yeah, 60 days of time. So that is actually the extrinsic value which you are actually paying. Yeah, extrinsic value, which is the value of time. Yeah. So okay, buy a call at 60, which is the money. Buy a call at 60, you pay $785 here. And of course, if you just buy a pure call, you need it to go up more than 60 to actually make the profit. Yeah. So if you look at the risk profile, yeah, so this is your risk profile. Price goes up, you make money. Price goes down, you will lose money. And of course, the max you will lose is that $785 which you have actually paid. So to me, $785 to actually go into a trade is actually quite risky, especially calls, because calls are very expensive. Okay. And of course, to reduce the price. Yeah. To reduce the price, I can also use other form of option structure to reduce the price. Yeah. But recall just now I mentioned when you actually want to get something from options, you need to give up something. Yeah. You need to actually give up something. And when we want to reduce the price, we will actually do a structure where we actually sell a put. Okay. And if you guys are familiar with options, right, when you actually sell a put means that it's actually here a naked put. I'm talking about a naked put. Yeah. So you need to actually sell a put, and of course when you sell a put, what you get is you get paid to actually take on the risk. Yeah, to take on the risk. Okay, so when you sell a put, for example, if you sell a put at $45, which is $15 below the current price, $15 below the current price, which is basically about 25% buffer, yeah, from the current price, you get to collect $2.12. But of course, to collect $2.12, your risk is actually $4,288, because if the JD tomorrow goes down to 0, you're going to risk $4,288. So this is the price risk which you are taking to protect your positions. Like just now I said, to make it cheaper, because you're collecting $2.12 now. Yeah, to make the trade cheaper, you are collecting $2.12. Just now you're buying $7.85. So if you sell one put at $2.12, you will actually only pay $5.55 for the trade. And of course, the curve looks similar. The price goes up, you will make profit. And of course, if the price goes down, you will actually lose a max of $5,000 compared to earlier just a single call at $785. So this is a risk which you are taking to protect, to actually so-called protect and also finance your position. Why I say protect and finance your position is that, of course, if the price don't move immediately up, so this side of the options which of 212, right, would actually finance the time decay. Yeah, remember that is actually time decay. And of course, the time decay you can also see from here. Extrinsic, yeah. So that the time decay extrinsic value here, because it's at the money, so basically most of it, $7.28 is actually the extrinsic value. Yeah. So you're going to use this 212 to protect this extrinsic value. So this is actually $60, the extrinsic is 728. So in case it stays at 60 for 1 month, then basically the extrinsic value would actually go to about 388. Sorry, about 388. Yeah, 388. You can also see here, this is 30 days, so 60, 388 extrinsic value. So basically from there to there is 388. 388 minus this here, yeah, 730, yeah, 390, 730. So that's the difference. So this is partly financing the time decay of $3 over $3, not fully. So in order to so-called fully finance, not fully finance more, you can enter double up the position, yeah. So that means basically here you increase the quantity to 2. So when you increase the quantity to 2, then that means you're collecting about 424 to finance this 785. So your price, your price which you actually pay for this structure is only 340. Okay, this is cheaper than just a single 785 call, but of course the risk goes up to almost $10,000. Yeah, so this is the one which you have to be able to sum up that in case if the JD goes down to 0, then of course it's $9,000. Or if JD goes in the money below 45, then you will actually have to buy the take up the position. That means buy the share or get assigned. But of course, when we trade option, most of the time we also don't get assigned. I mean, we can actually do adjustments for credit positions, which I won't cover today. Yeah, yeah. So that is what. But of course, the buying power is actually much lower, like only about 2,600. But you got to get ready on your account to fork out max of 10,000. Touch wood, China gets bomb or what? If it gets to 0, then this is the amount which you need to actually put into your account. Yeah? So this is the trade for 340. You actually get to enter into a call which is financed from the put. And why 45? 45 has a delta of 45 has a delta of 15, meaning that 85% JD price within 100 days won't go down to $45. So you have an 85% chance, yeah, that it won't go down to $45. So you have an 85% chance to use this $4 to protect your call here and to also buy time for JD price to actually move up. Yeah. So this is the trick setup. Of course, there are many other variants that you can use. If you do not want to finance so much, you can also use a spread down here. That means if you want to reduce your buying power, you can always use a spread to do this transaction. But this value would actually go higher, more expensive. So if you actually do a spread, you sell put here. You do a spread, you buy here, 2 positions, right? Positions. Oops, not 4, 2 positions. Yeah, then of course you pay $595, but your max loss from about $9,000 now, it reduces to about $1,600. Your buying power about $2,500, it reduces to about $1,600. Yeah, so that is another version where you can actually use to do it. But mainly because of the strong the strong momentum on the China side and the possibility of the lockdown coming to an end, right? Coming to an end of easing, then of course the risk for it to actually go very much down is lesser. That's why we can actually take much higher risk for the trade by entering into these naked positions, 2 times the naked positions. Yeah. So this is also a ratio, basically also a ratio. Yeah. Two sell puts, naked puts plus 1 call. Yeah. If you just do a single call, then of course you would need to bear with the decay value in case it don't go up. But here you get to protect it of about $4, which is basically giving you about I would say about some time. I mean, it will decay about $3 over in 1 month. But of course, the value of this 212 would not decay to 0 in 1 month's time. Yeah. In 1 month's time. Yeah. Okay, so this is the trade, the risk profile. Can I show you this one? This is the risk profile. And you can see that this part have actually reduced significantly here. It can give you a longer time all the way to 45. And of course, anything going above the price which you pay about 340, right? That means if it adds on $3 over, then it will actually start to make profit. This is a very even position. Immediately, anything above 60, you will already start to make profit on this orange line. Okay, so this is the trade. Of course, you can structure this out on any stocks, but I would prefer to choose stocks which are below $100, mainly because of the high buying power and also the high risk on the naked put side. Yeah. So do anything 50 would anything about below 100 would be good if you have your account size is at least $10 or $20,000 is fine, but you can only enter into one position or two positions. Yeah. Okay. So this is the thing which we wanted to share. I hope that you can get a good learning and make good use of it to see how you can actually take on some potential positions in the market using such kind of option strategy. Okay, so until next week, I hope you guys have a good trading week. I will see you again. In case there's any questions, do drop a note to me. And by all means, I would appreciate you guys to share and like the show so that more people can actually benefit from our trade stock. Okay, see you next week. Bye.